Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a Houston Rocket video for you guys. If you like daily Rockets content and you enjoy this video, be sure to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Christian Wood last night balled his ass off. The Houston Rockets had a pretty impressive comeback victory. Now granted, they were playing the Washington Wizards, who are without their best two players. No Bradley Beal, been out for the season for a while. Kyle Kuzma was out last night, and it's kind of, it kind of sucks sometimes winning games, but then when you actually watch the game and you see like how excited everyone is and all the happiness with the players especially getting a win at home, like it just feels good. It just feels good. As long as the Houston Rockets get a top 4 pick, I'm okay 100%. I still want us, and we have a 1-game lead right now as the worst record in the NBA, but I still want us ideally to finish with the worst record, because that way the furthest you can trend off is number 5. And my thinking is, if Houston were to fall number 5, trade up, trade up. So worst case scenario, but even if you were to fall out of the top 5, I still say trade up. But anyways, Christian Wood last night, career high. Now keep in mind, Washington right now, like I said, they're not really a talented basketball team. They're just going through a rebuild pretty much, and you're without your best 2 players, or I guess they're going through a retweak, a retool, whatever you want to call it. But last night, 39 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, and a very impressive 14-18 from the field and 8-9 from downtown. But I think what's even more impressive about last night with Christian Wood and the Houston Rockets in general was it was on the second night of a back-to-back. I can't believe it. Like, I actually can't believe the energy I saw tonight compared to the literally 2 days ago against the Memphis Grizzlies, the day before Memphis. It was like a completely new basketball team. So Houston's kind of dealt with energy issues, energy levels throughout the entirety of the season, but sometimes when they have a bad loss, or they just look absolutely demoralized. Last night that was not the case. So I want to talk a little bit about Christian Wood here, because I have pretty much 2 ways that I would kind of like seeing this go. I saw my buddy Balin drop a comment in our Discord earlier today. Link's going to be in the bio as well if you want to join our Discord. But I saw basically what he was saying. He was like, I don't have an issue paying Christian Wood $20 million a year. And it made me think, because 2 days ago I made a video talking about Christian Wood kind of being like the Kevin Love of the future Houston Rockets. But I need to see one of two things happen in order for me to like be sold on Christian Wood. I'm 100% down with running him for another season, but if Houston were to get an offer they can't refuse at this year's draft to, like, one of the things I've been talking about is Christian Wood and whatever pick the Brooklyn Nets first is that we have for like the 8th pick in the draft from Portland. So that's, something to consider. If you get an offer like that, maybe you do have to hop on it, but I want to see one of 2 things happen. Number 1, and this is kind of I wouldn't even say this is the main thing, but this is, I think, something important, is just improvement on defense. If he's going to be our starting 5 long term, I need to see improvement on defense. I kind of want to just see improvement on defense anyways. My fantasy with Christian Wood on the Rockets is almost as if, like, because we saw glimpses of what he can really do when he has a really solid point guard like James Harden. Christian Wood in his Rockets debut dropped 30. So we've gotten a taste of it. But if Christian Wood's going to be our long-term 5, I definitely 100% want to see some improved defense. He could be like the number 3. I think he would be a perfect number 3 on a championship team. Almost like Christian Wood is the Kevin Love, maybe whoever the Rockets draft, hopefully at number 1's kind of like your future almost LeBron, and then Jalen Green's kind of like your Kyrie. That's kind of like my fantasy with keeping Christian Wood. He's on such a team-friendly contract, $13 million, that his contract's not up this year, it's after next season. So you could realistically hold him until the deadline and he'd still have value. Like, you'd still get some value for Christian Wood. This is a guy who's putting up 18 and 10 on the season. Like, not many people in the NBA can do that. So I'm not in any rush to trade him. Number 2, and this is kind of what I would actually more prefer, because I really like Christian Wood's demeanor. I really like his tenacity. I feel like he just needs, I feel like a lot of the Rockets do, like, they're just so hungry that they just need to get a little bit more patient, especially shooting the free throw. Christian Wood, just get a little bit more patient, have a little bit more confidence in yourself. And it looks like Since the All-Star break, that's exactly what he's done. He's shot 50% from downtown, which leads the NBA in three-point percentage pass since the All-Star break. And that's telling me if he's shooting 50% from three, he can make free throws. Like, that has to be just so mental. I don't want to even get into why he's having these issues, but because it makes no sense. But it shows me he's at least on the right path. And this next one's kind of a little bit more preferred. I would love for the Rockets to pair him next to a huge big and just put Christian at the 4. I don't know if it's Chet playing the 5. I don't know if it's Sengun being the future 5. I don't know if you're looking more for like a Karl Anthony Towns or if you're looking more for like a Rudy Gobert. I'm not really sure. But if the Houston were to acquire a star center or a star potential center, Sengun might be that guy. It's kind of hard to find out because Silas kind of has to stagger the minutes with Wood and Sengun because those are our only two big men. I mean, literally, those are the only two, or at least those are the only two big men that Silas is really willing to play for some reason, no Garuba. So that's why their minutes are always staggered, and that's why they don't ever really start together. Sometimes they'll overlap. These are all stuff that I don't even necessarily need to get in the last 10 games. If you're like Houston, probably right now, Rafael Stone probably knows what he wants to do with Christian Wood. Whether it's wait a season, trade him in the offseason, I would imagine that he's not going to get traded until, I would just honestly imagine he doesn't get traded from the Houston Rockets. I feel like that would have already happened by now. If he does, I wouldn't think it would happen until next year's deadline. So I think Christian Wood's safe to be in Houston for at least the start of next season. That's it for today. Hit the like button, hit the sub button, but most importantly, drop down below. Is this recency bias, or does everyone just kind of want to see what Christian Wood can do next season? Let me know down below what you want the Rockets to do with Christian Wood. And as always, hit the like button, drop a sub. Once again, the Discord's in the bio. All the links are in the bio. So, peace.